If you want to see stories about people working in all areas of the adult industry, you should definitely watch our picks for the best sex worker movies.
Number 10. Hustlers, written and directed by Lorene Scafaria, follows a Wolf of Wall Street-like concept with smart execution, but from a feminine standpoint. Hustlers follow a group of rising strippers in a famous Wall Street club who dream of the big money, but when the opportunity of a big scam seems like the easiest way, the ladies fall into a hole of crime, lies, and inescapable consequences. Number 9. Zola is a black comedy crime film directed by Johnny Sub Bravo. Inspired by a real-life Twitter thread that took the internet's breath away. Zola is the colorful road trip of a struggling waitress accompanying an exotic dancer and her boyfriend when they head to Florida to find a high-end strip club. The hunt for fortune and a better future is their motivation, as life falls apart around them. Number 8. Middlemen, directed by George Carlo. This is the story of two drugged-out geniuses who created the first charging porn site and a businessman who was brought in to team up with them and turn their profitable idea into a legit business. Making money in the pornography industry is pretty easy, but staying true to yourself when surrounded by that much wealth, luxury, sex, crime, and temptations is much harder. Number 7. Risky Business is a teen sex comedy film written and directed by Paul Brickman. When we are young, we go down with the most stupid decisions and ideas. When high school senior Joel's parents leave for vacation, he makes his time worthwhile with the entertainment of a prostitute. But her bill the next morning is anything but cheap. And after crashing his father's sports car, he needs money fast. What could go wrong with opening a brothel in his parents' house? Number 6. Pretty Woman is a romantic comedy film directed by Gary Marshall. This is in its very own way a modern Cinderella story that explores the unlikely relationship between a wealthy but lonely businessman and a prostitute hired to stay with him for the weekend to soon notice that there could be more between them than just a business relationship. But how could they ever overcome the gap between their very different worlds? Number 5. Closer is a 2004 drama romance film directed by Mike Nichols. Alice is a stripper who has moved to London and has an unexpected encounter with Dan on the streets of London. While staring at him, she is abruptly hit by a car. Dan immediately takes her to a nearby hospital, and since then, they entered into a relationship. Over time, Dan's infatuation with Alice begins to fade, and he forms a new relationship with photographer Anna. Number 4. The People vs. Larry Flynt, directed by Milos Forman. Larry Flynt is a controversial pornography publisher of Hustler magazine. The movie spans about 35 years of Flynt's life, from his impoverished upbringing in Kentucky to his court battle with Reverend Jerry Falwell. It recounts his struggle to make an honest living publishing his magazine and how it changes into a battle to protect the freedom of speech for all people. Number 3. Leaving Las Vegas is a romantic drama film written and directed by Mike Vegas. Offering a Nicolas Cage performance that represents an unbelievable high for his career. Leaving Las Vegas is a burning story about trauma, loss, and depression. For cynical author Ben Sanderson, life means drinking himself to death in Vegas. But when meeting a beautiful prostitute, he forms a bond with her that seems easy at first, but could be the way out for him. Number 2. Midnight Cowboy is a 1969 buddy drama film directed by John Schlesinger. The naive Joe Buck quits his job as a dishwasher and travels from his small Texas hometown to New York City expecting to make money as a hustler when he meets Ratso Rizzo, an outcast with a similar past, to form an unlikely bond. The film won 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay. And as the only X-rated film ever to win Best Picture. Number 1. Boogie Nights is a 1997 period drama film written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Cynical and dark humor, Boogie Nights follows idealistic porn producer Jack Horner on his way trying to craft an art form, discovering the young, hot, and talented Eddie Adams. He will soon be famous in the whole country under the name Dirk Diggler. But the fantasy of glamour and fame vanishes when they collide with the cold reality of life.